Hey guys, I'm Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop. In today's video, what I'm going to do is show you some sneak peeks of things that will be shipping in early 2023. I'm going to show you Moda Fabrics, Ruby Star, Robert Kaufman, FreeSpirit, and Henry Glass. And so I'm just going to kind of go through, talk about the different collections, different dates, so you can just kind of think about what's coming in the new year. So this catalog just came out. You can actually find it on the Moda Fabrics website. And when it says July 2022, that means it's like the release the stores get. And we're going to start off going through the catalog. So the first collection featured is Clover Blossom Farm by Kansas Troubles Quilters. The designer is Lynn Hagmeyer, and she has been designing fabrics for 25 years. And there's some beautiful photos in here and on the back of the catalog, actually, of her sewing space, and they're very inspirational. So you definitely want to check that out in the catalog. So her collection is called Clover Blossom Farm. It is her traditional colors. It's going to ship in January. And here are some of the patterns she's going to be offering. And this is an overview of the collection. Again, ships in January, has all the normal pre-cuts. I'm going to show you the fabric. So these are her creams. She's got some really nice oranges that would make a beautiful Halloween type quilt. She has reds, and then these are red, like a true red, and then these are very much burgundy. And actually it's got a purple to it, so it's like half purple, half red. She has some golds and greens, and then here navies here and blacks. So I'm gonna flip through some of the background prints so you can really see the print. So she's got like a large flower, a stripe, and these are just little squares with a little twirl. She has always traditionally done squiggles. That's something she's been doing for years. These are little suns, like little suns. And then just little squiggles. She's got some florals. And then this one is a wavy, kind of wavy floral. It's hard to see the wave, but there is a wave in there. And I'll flip through the navies. And her background in here is this print, and it's just a wavy print. Very modeled, would look great as a background. And I love that this collection has so many different colors, because if you only want to make a quilt with one color, you know, you have enough to do it. And you don't have to use all the colors. You know, you could make a quilt, you know, you could make a quilt that is this. You know, you could use fewer colors if you want to. And this collection has one quilt kit. It's called the Clover Blossom Quilt Kit, Clover Blossom Farm Quilt Kit. It finishes at 78 inches by 78 inches. The pattern is written by Kansas Troubles Quilters, and it is, like I said, 78 by 78. And we have this collection on fatquartershop.com as a coming soon collection. Anything that's a coming soon collection, you can click to be notified when it comes in and then purchase it when it comes in. So that's the first Moda collection. The second Moda collection is called Mix It Up. This ships in February. And these are some different patterns that go well with it. One is Everlasting by Corey Yoder, Patchwork Sky by Thimble Blossoms, Watermarks by Antler Quilt Designs, and then there's going to be a free web pattern called Flea Market Linens, and it's going to use different cake mix pads. And the goal of this, I'm going to read it to you just so you can kind of hear about it. But it says, as the name implies, this collection will bring you subtle yet sophisticated vitality and texture to your quilts. Just a little whimsy in shades of white, eggshell, and tan. These prints should be a mainstay in your fabric collection and mix nicely with other Moda fabrics. And so, like I just said, there are 2 different colorways, eggshell and tan. Ships in February. And so these are a true white. There's actually 3 colorways. So this one is white. Just, they're calling it just plain white. So there are stars, like little flowers. These are little keys, swirls. This one is really pretty, and it is like kind of like very vintagey. This is like a little flower, chopsticks. These are stars, and then keys that are blue. And I think on this type of collection, most people will buy it by the yard, and people will buy the pre-cuts of the layer cakes. That's what I think will sell. This one is called Eggshell. So the same exact prints. The ones at the top have a little bit of brown on them, and then the ones at the bottom have red. It's really pretty. And then this last colorway is called tan. So white, eggshell, tan. And this is that same print that I said was so pretty. And this one would be a great backing, and it would look really good with, like it said, Moda Fabrics, but it would look great with 3 Sisters and some of the Minnick and Simpson collections. It would look good with. The ones that are very white, it wouldn't, this one would go better. But this one is really pretty. So keys, flowers, and these are just dots and then circles. And then this one, this has some red, these have blue. And then this, I would say, is more of a black. And this is black. It's reading a little blue, but these 2 are definitely black. So that is called Mixing It Up. Ships in February. And I haven't thought of what to do with it yet, but I will tell you personally, if I use this, I will use either this or this or this. I wouldn't mix all 3 in a quilt. That's just me. And I would probably lean towards the white or the eggshell, and it would depend on what fabric I put with it. Now, a quilt of all 3 would probably be beautiful, but for me, I would probably have a hard time mixing them together. Even though it's called Mix It Up, I still might have a little bit of a hard time. Now, this one is online at Fat Quarter Shop as a coming soon item, so you can just click to be notified when it comes in February. The next fabric is called Bleu de France by French General. This one we are pre-selling, and this one has several patterns by Fig Tree, which are right here. Sorry, several patterns by French General, and I'm not going to read the names of them because I don't want to embarrass myself. And then there are a couple of patterns by other designers. This collection is called Bleu de France, and it is by French General, and you're going to see like a really large range of blues. And so the motif this time that she's going with is birds. So you've got birds, feathers, really, really pretty. And these right here are, I believe they are existing French General favorites, and we will have them on the page. Yeah, these are existing. So this is color 21. This is 13529-21. I can't keep this bolt in stock to save my life. I will buy so much of it and then it just sells out. So I try to keep it in stock. It's just impossible. This one is color 161, which is oyster. And these are like little Baptist fans, clamshells. And I'm not sure what that is, but same thing, a lighter blue and a darker blue. And what I wanted to show you is if you wanted to lighten up your quilt and not have this one, for example, you could do that. So that's how you mix it up, is you could either leave this in, but that's, and I'm going to kind of show some different ones with the different collections. This one does have a Jolly Bar, and the Jolly Bar kit is called Denimes Quilt Kit. It's 64 by 76, and it is on point, so it's just, you know, a little bit harder, but we did put some big stripes in there to simplify it a little bit. And this ships in February. And a Jolly Bar, if you don't know what a Jolly Bar is, it's a 5 by 10 inch pre-cut that has a free pattern in it, and only available at Back Quarter Shop. This next collection is so pretty. It's called Sweet Liberty. It's by Brenda Riddle Designs. It also ships in February, and she has some new patterns, and some of the patterns have a red and blue version. And I love this collection because it's not just pastels, it's pastels with a patriotic theme, and I like the pop of color that this collection has. A lot of her collections are really pastel, and that's great, but having the pop of color will really, this is such a beautiful fabric for a backing. And these are like little rosebuds. These are little roses, and be a great binding. And this is what it would look like on the bias. And this is really pretty. This one's just really, I just really think it's so pretty. And this is definitely a true pink, I would say. It's just a little bit darker than her others, but definitely like a true pink. And light blue. This is so pretty. So pretty. Just love this one. This one does not have any quilt kits. And we also don't have a Jolly Bar with it. If I could go backwards and pick it to be a Jolly Bar group, I would have, but it just looks so much better in person than on the images that we got. The next, oh, and then I also wanted to let you know, on any of the ones that have Bella listed in the catalog, we will either have bundles of those or listed on the page. It just kind of depends what I think is needed. So if it's just like 3 or 4 SKUs, I'm probably not going to do a bundle just because it's only a few SKUs, might not be enough to work with, but we do always list that on our site. The next collection is called Enamored Toweling. The designer is Janelle Kent from Pieces to Treasure. She's from Australia, and she has a lot of new patterns, and they are great because they show you how to use toweling to make table runners, pillows, stockings, things like that. So all of these are going to be patterns, and I've never used toweling, so if you've used toweling, I would love for you to comment and let me know, like, what have you made with toweling, because I've never used it, but it's so pretty. And this one is 18 inches wide. And so toweling, it is basically sewn on the edges. So you could actually just crease it, fold it under, and make a towel, because the edges are already sealed for you or sewn for you, or you could cut it up and make a quilt. So 18 inches wide, very farmhouse, very classic colors, would probably work in any kitchen. And I think, and these actually sell really well for us, and I think the reason why is the colors are always very true. They're not a trendy color. They're just a classic color that, you know, would work over and over and not go out of style. And then this one is more of a tea stained kind of color, or oyster. And if you made these as gifts, you could just sew a seam and be like, I made you a towel. People would think that you're like a pro. But if I did that, I'd have to try to figure out how they did this. So, but I think that I could probably do it. So this is enamored toweling, ships in January. And we sell that by the yard only. There's no pre-cuts. And then you've seen two patriotic. You know, you've seen the enamored toweling and the Liberty by Fig Tree, and those are patriotic. This next one is also patriotic. This is called Stateside. It is by Sweetwater. Now this one we're pre-selling, meaning that if you want to pre-buy a pre-cut, you can pay a reservation fee. When it comes in, we automatically ship it to you when we run your credit card. And there is a quilt kit. The quilt kit is called Stars and Stripes. It's 60 by 60 inches, and you can actually see it here. And it is basically super easy because it is half square triangles and little strip blocks, the red and white, and then there's a tiny applique. Now, if I was making it, I would make it just like this and just leave the applique off. And then these are going to be the 3 new patterns from Sweetwater. And then that's a cute little pendant. And this is a summary of the collection. It is a smaller collection from Moda, and it ships in February. This has the state names. This is their background, and it's circles. It's basically this print with cream. And this is more of a cream-based print. Well, I wouldn't say it's cream. It's not white, but it's not cream. So it's kind of an in-between, maybe similar to color 200 Bella. Let's make a great binding. And these are red, white, and blue little flowers. And then you've got your reds, and then this one just says America, and then it's got different words. It says United States of America in white, in the white section. And I really like this collection. We do have something planned for it, but I can't say what. But what I really like is I like the color, and I also like the scale. I feel like a lot of the collections coming out these days, that's Americana, is very big and bold and kind of trendy, and these are more classic colors. So you've got your light blue and your darker blue. So I like the colors, I like the scale, really nice. So this is Stateside, ships in February. The next collection is by Stacy Itsu. It will be shipping in January. And this one has 4 new patterns, or 3 new patterns. This one is called Add One Square Puzzle, and then Roar, and then this is 2 color versions. There are 3 panels. So I am gonna show you the panels up close, but I'm gonna talk through them with the book so it makes more sense. So the activity book panel is the first panel, and it's 36 inches by 60 inches, and it will make this little book. And so each of these is like the left side of the page, right side of the page. This panel is also that same size, 36 by 60, and it will make this green backpack with 1 dinosaur stuffed animal. And then the last panel is smaller. It's 36 by 44, and it will make 4 different dinosaurs. And what you do is you just sew on the lines and then stuff it. It's a great kids project. And then this is the collection. So it's definitely all dinosaurs all day, every day. And I don't know any of the dinosaur names, so I'm not going to pretend that I do. These are dinosaur tracks, though. I do know that. I think it's a really trendy color. Reminds me of Pottery Barn a little bit. And I would say this is definitely like a orangish brown. Orange brown. I don't know, I'm going to make up a new word. How do you combine orange with brown? So that is the collection. It's a smaller collection, but this would make a really cool baby quilt. Now, you did see the panels in the book, but I'm just going to this is the one that's the stuffies. Well, we call them stuffies in my house, sorry. And you just basically cut them out, put them right sides together, sew around the edge, leave a little opening. And this is your opening right here. It's already marked for you to put your stuffing in and then sew it down. So there's your stuffy panel. These next 2 are really big, so they're going to be harder to show. They're gigantic. So this is the one that makes the backpack. So this is like the backpack front, back, front. This is the backpack lining right here. These fabrics out here are for strips for the like handles. And everything's labeled like casing, tabs, pockets. This is just to make another little stuffy. It's smaller than the other one. And there are instructions on how to make it. So I actually feel like I could probably make it since it's got great diagrams. So that's the backpack panel. And this is the fabric book panel. So Dino Games, Tic-Tac-Toe, Word Search. This one's cute, the little maze. And all the pieces are labeled with letters, and then your instructions tell you what to do with each letter. And then you can make some more stuffies. Unless that's supposed to be a page in the book. I think those might be just little baby stuffies. So that is Stomp Stomp Roar by Stacy Itsu. So again, ships in January. The next group is Meadow Gear. The next group is Meadow Mirror by Gingerbread. Ships in January. And she does always have a pattern that shows you how to use the panel with different outsides. It has 4 versions of what you can add to the outside of the panel. And that's a pattern. And then she has 2 other additional patterns. This one is like a meadow. It's got lots of mushrooms and bees. Maybe those are not bees. I don't know. They're some kind of animal. I think they're butterflies, bees. And very metallic. So if you are a fan of metallic, this is heavy metallic. Now it doesn't feel, you can't feel it. So it's very smooth. But it is a very strong metallic. And so just want to say that up front, like all of this gold you're seeing is metallic. Okay, so butterflies, bees, insects. Ugh, grasshopper. I don't know what those are. They're scary. And then this is a butterfly with swirls. Mushrooms, bees that look like they can sting you. And then that same print that's got the butterfly, like you can see the butterfly right here. And just little wispy prints. And so it is a gold metallic. This is kind of salmony pink, I would say. So it's got, you know, a little coral to it. Nice oranges. I do think this will sell really well because it's very unique and it's colors that Moda doesn't usually do, and so it's going to appeal to people who are more of a modern quilter. And I do really like this. That would make a really cool binding. And then this is a pretty, it's not too large of a scale. And then this is a true black. And I'm always trying to describe the fabrics just in case your you know, everyone's monitor is a little bit different. So those are the prints. I'll let you see them overall. And then there is, like I said, a panel. And to see the panel, it is 36 inches wide by 44 inches, and each block is approximately half a yard, so 18 by 22 approximately. And like I said, there's 4 panels, 4 prints in the panel, and she has a pattern that shows you what you could do, but you could always mix and match. So you could put this panel center in the middle of this quilt. You know, it's just a kind of mix and match. There are a lot of notions. She has a notepad, some stickers, some pouches. These are more stickers. And she has 3 new towels. I believe these towels are actually already in stock and some have actually already sold out. They are on reorder. But I am going to show you the panel now. And like I said, it's pretty big. So I'm going to try to show you each 18 by 20 inch section. And there are quotes from authors, poets, the lovely flowers embarrass me. They make me regret I am not a bee. Oh, that's nice, Lady Bird Johnson. Where flowers bloom, so does hope. So that is what Meadow Mirror by Gingerbread. And you can start commenting and let us know, you know, which collections are your top 3 favorites. We haven't got to my top 3 yet, but I will be showing you at the end my top 3. The next collection is called Filigree by Zen Chic. It ships in February, and this is an overview of the collection. These are Brigitte's 4 new 4 new patterns. And the collection is like a lighter gray to a darker gray to a black, yellow, cream, and a brown. And I do think this one is going to be very popular. In the past, when she has done fabric collections with yellow and gray, they have been very popular. And Bella, on this one, we're going to have spotted coordinates. So she has a basic called spotted. It's like this. But so this is color. This is a new one, but there are 4 older colors that also match. So you'll have a total of 8 that match. So I would say this is kind of a brown, kind of a mocha-ish color. It's a strong yellow. So I would say this has a hint of honey to it. It's pretty strong. And that one will of course be very popular. A lighter gray, a medium gray, and black. And so with this, you could throw in the white, mix it up. This one, we do have a Jolly Bar. Our kit is called the Cairns, C-A-I-R-N-S quilt kit. And it's a very simple design. It finishes at 44 by 44. So that pattern will be available in the Jolly Bar. Now this collection would also kind of mix with that other one. Can I have that one back? This one is called Date Night, and I am going to show it to you with a little bit of the previous collection. This collection is called Date Night. It's by Basic Gray, ships in January, and these are new patterns from Basic Gray, and then these are new patterns from other designers. This is reminiscent of Little Black Dress and Little Black Dress 2 that they did years and years and years ago. So if you have followed them for a while, you will definitely know what I am talking about when I say that. There are some new grunge colors in here. So this is a new color. This print is little X's. And it's that. This is the same version, just on the white, the cream on cream. This next one is more of, I wouldn't say brown, but I wouldn't say yellow. It's kind of goldy brown. This is your grayer. These are very unique colors. I do think this grunge is going to be really popular because it's got a lot of variegation in it and a lot of contrast. So the grunges that have more contrast sell better than the grunges that have less contrast. And this is very similar to something from Little Black Dress. And then this is a true black. This one has a Moda quilt kit. The Moda quilt kit is called Board Games. It's 53 by 73 and it's designed by Basic Gray. And I was just going to show you, if you added filigree in, the difference in the blacks and the grays. Very different. So this is just to compare the blacks if you wanted to see. Now this next collection is, I am so in love with it. This is called Simply Delightful by Sherry and Chelsea. It ships in February. This print right here, this white on white, is the same as this print. And I love this one. I think they should make this a basic. But this is my top. This is my top collection from this bucket. This is my very favorite. And probably because it has pink, because I love any collection that ends up with pink in it. I just love pink, and very few collections have pink, or if they do, they have just a little bit. And this one has a range of colors. You're going to see the entire rainbow here, and that's why I think it should be a basic. So it's got all the colors. And just very, the colors are just very true. They're just a very basic, happy collection. Like when I look at this, I just think happy. It's just so, so pretty and positive. And this aqua is just, oh, love it. And I love the mix of the navy in there. And there is a video by Sherry and Chelsea on their YouTube channel where they debut this collection and talk through it. And it's a cute video. They have done this waffle print before, and this stripe, I believe. So pretty. And there's even more. So this is a bigger collection. We do have a Jolly Bar in this collection. And this is a true gray. So this is Simply Delightful by Sherry and Chelsea. And this is the white Mix It Up. And this is the eggshell Mix It Up. So I'm not sure which one would match better. Maybe the eggshell without the browns. And on this one, my favorite quilt kit we've done in years is called Pantones. It's a Jolly Bar kit. It's 58 by 66, and it's basically a take on making a Pantone chart using the fabrics, and it ranges the entire range of the rainbow. And so I love this one. I think it's going to be so popular. We definitely ordered extra on this one. I'm going to show you, I think I got so excited on this one I forgot to show you in the book, so I kind of jumped ahead. So sorry. So we're going to leave that one. Okay. This one I totally forgot. So these are Chelsea's brand new patterns. Paper and PDF are online, and also Sherry's patterns from A Quilting Life are also online. And this is an overview, and like I said, this one will have a Bella bundle to coordinate, and this one ships in February. It's my absolute favorite, and I'm going to do something with it. I'm just not sure yet what, but I cannot wait. I love it. The next group is called Sundance. It ships in February. The designer is Crystal Manning, and there are 3 new patterns from Crystal, and then a Wendy Shepherd and a Designs by Lavender and Lime pattern. And this is the collection overall, and it's very paintbrush, or I don't know how to, when I look at it, I think of paintbrush flowers, even though these are probably sunflowers, but the colors are that for me. And this one is geometric. And this is totally how my kitchen was in the 70s. Totally, like I had this wallpaper, it was so hideous. It's these huge sunflowers all over the place. I wish I had a little snippet of it. And Crystal Manning sells really well for us. This is kind of like a seafoamish green, I would say. Let's see that big flower. I'm not sure if that's a hydrangea. And then this, I think, could stand alone. I think you could make a beautiful blue quilt with just this. When I saw this, I thought this cap set just kind of stood on its own if it needed to. It's so pretty. Lots of big prints. And this one ships in February. And that is Sundance. The next collection is my second favorite. So this is called Sun Washed by Corey Yoder. We are pre-selling this one. I do expect this to probably be the top seller. We will be doing our 2023 charity quilt out of this. And these are the new coriander quilts. These are Corey's quilts patterns. She will be having a free mystery BOM. It's an 8-week program and it uses a jelly roll. So if you're gonna want to sew along, and you can tell these are the jelly roll blocks, you would want to pre-order a jelly roll now. And she will have everything on corianderquilts.com, and she'll have more information on there when it gets closer to the sew along. And then this is Barnstar. This is the collection, and just very bright and happy. And this print right here is the same as this one. It's just white on white, just so you know what the print is. And this is definitely just really happy. It definitely coordinates with lots of her other collections that she's already done. This is yellows. And this is her little classic print that's the little X, and she's done this in several collections. And the bee, I just love that little bee. More pinks. I'm really happy with the amount of pinks in this release. And this is a pretty big check, and you're gonna see in our charity quilt how we used it and how it looks really nice. Sometimes checks that are that large or prints that are that large can be intimidating, but they're fun when you finally get the design right. We've got blues. Love this one. And you're gonna see that she and It's So Emma both used a combination of this print and this print for backgrounds to make things pop, and you'll see that in a little bit. There's the little bumblebees. And this one will have a jolly bar also. So the quilt kits, the first one I'm showing you is called Swallowtail Quilt Kit by It's So Emma. It's 48 by 60 inches, and this is where you can see the difference in those two backgrounds create that pinwheel in the center. So that one, Swallowtail, is an It's So Emma pattern also. The next kit is called Summer Picnic Quilt Kit. It uses 2 jolly bars, and it really is a great use of all the fabric and really shows off all of the prints and has no waste in that pattern. It's 65 by 67. And then the last kit is called Summer Weekend. It is a kit made by Moda. It's designed by Corey, and it's 64 by 76, and it uses the Navy X print as its background. So there are really going to be 4 quilts using this. Now I do want to show you Sun Washed combined with Simply Delightful. I like these two together, and I'm going to make a quilt using this combined, and I think it's going to come out really nice. So these are my 2 favorite, Sun Washed and Simply Delightful. The last collection that Moda is offering is more of a yardage collection. It's called Junk Journal by Kaffe Holden, and she has, this is a project sheet, and then she has a free pattern, and like I said, it's more of yardage. There are some labels, all over prints, and then some prints that are just kind of all over prints. And again, like I said, really cute photos on the back of the pattern, back of the catalog. So these are numbers. This is like vintage lace type, like a reprint of vintage lace, I guess. Florals, and this has a tiny tad of brown to it. Butterflies, and then you can really see that vintage lace. Really cute. It makes cute binding. More pinks. These are tickets, buttons, just very cute, all over prints. So she has kind of a soft palette of colors, not too many colors, just enough to mix to create a group. Sometimes, you know, if you did this in like too many colors, it would be too overwhelming. It's so, so pretty. So that's Junk Journal, and I'm going to show you the panels or running yardage. This one is a label panel. So what you would do with this is, you know, you could put your name, your year. You could even, if you were going to do like a wedding quilt or something, you could cut these out and at a wedding reception have somebody write notes on a Pigma pen and then turn it into a quilt. There's lots of things you could do with this. This would even be cute on the back of a quilt with just like that. And then these two prints we're just selling as running yardage. They're just, they made a big piece of it so that stores could see like the range of objects on it. And again, this one's called Junk Journal by Kaffe Holden. Ships in January. So really, really nice. So that is the Moda book. I'm going to flip through the book one more time just so you can see the collections, the names, and the months. So Clover Blossom Farm ships January, Kansas Troubles Quilters. Mix It Up ships February. Bleu de France ships February. Sweet Liberty, Brenda Riddle with Acorn Quilt and Gift Company, ships February. Enamored Toweling by Pieces to Treasure, ships January. Stateside by Sweetwater, ships February. Stomp Stomp Roar by Stacy Itsu ships January. Meadowmere by Gingerbread ships January. Filigree by Zen Chic ships February. Date Night by Basic Gray ships January. Simply Delightful by Sherry and Chelsea ships February. Sundance by Crystal Manning ships February. Sunwashed by Corey Yoder ships January and will be part of our 2023 charity quilt. Junk Journal by Kaffe Holden, ships January. So those are the Moda releases. My 3 favorite are Sun Washed, Simply Delightful, and Sweet Liberty. So those are my 3 favorite. I would love to hear your 3 favorite. Now we're going to move to some different manufacturers. The first one is going to be Ruby Star Society. The first one is called Curio. It ships in February, and the designer is Melody Miller. These are like little vintage perfume bottles. And this is a rose gold metallic right here. And then this is more of a gold metallic. So the metallic is a little bit different colors on these two. Roses, and then this part right here you can see is metallic. And this I would say is kind of a darker green with a little aqua-ish blue on top. And then this is metallic. And so you've got navy, this one's really pretty. Oh, and these are koi fish, I believe. These are gold. And again, this has metallic on the little inside of the flower and the little petals. And so this one has a big range of colors. Really nice pink. That's my favorite print in the whole thing. So this is Curio by Melody Miller. Ships in February. The next one by Ruby Star Society is called Moon Glow. It is by Alexia Abig. And this one right here, this cream on cream is the same as this print right here, just so you know. And I don't believe this is metallic. And I don't know if you've ever tried Ruby Star fabric, but it's so nice and soft. It's got a really nice drape. It would make a really good clothing. And this is kind of a lavenderish purple, not pink. And this is really cool. This is like an Ohio star. And it kind of looks different on the screen, but it's orange background with a purple and a white star. And some more new basics. And then this is the last of Moon Glow. And we do keep all of the Ruby Star basics in stock, so anytime you need a Ruby Star basic, we've got them at Fat Quarter Shop. If they go out of print, we just wait until they come back. And this has kind of a cool limish yellow plus sign on the green, gold. So this one is Moon Glow, and this also ships in March. So Curio ships February, Moon Glow ships March. Now I'm going to move and show you something I've never really shown on camera before, and we're going to see how it goes. So I'm going to show you some FreeSpirit cards, and they're huge. So for Kaffe, he always comes out with a lot of SKUs. This time, in next February 2023, he's going to have 66 new SKUs. And what FreeSpirit does is they put together different bundles. So okay, so these are design rolls, charm packs, layer cakes, and 6-inch strips. And those are going to be available in the light colorway, which would be that, and a dark colorway. So you can get a light colorway design roll and a dark design roll. A light charm pack, light, dark charm pack, etc., etc. They also, and this stuff right here that's covered up, that's costs. They also put together fat quarter bundles. So there are going to be a lighter fat quarter bundle, a contrast fat quarter bundle, and a darker fat quarter bundle. So if you want to know how confusing it is to buy Fassett, this is how confusing it is, because it is so hard for me to keep straight. But there are 3 bundles, and this is how they divided the bundles. Lighter, contrast, darker. Those are the bundles, fat quarter bundles. But then the pre-cuts that are the rolls and squares, they're in light and dark. But if you look, it's the same colors, just mixed differently. So those are the pre-cuts that will be available. And then I'm going to show the cards. And it's going to be really hard. I'm just going to kind of roll them from left to right. These are gigantic. These are actual fabric swatches on here. They don't pull up, but these are the actual fabrics. And there's 66 total SKUs, so it's going to be quite a bit. And this is called Fassett Collective. It comes out several times a year, and it is a mix between Kaffe prints, Brandon Mabley prints, and Philip Jacob prints. And the way you know the difference, PWB is Philip Jacobs. No, PJ is Philip Jacobs. BM is Brandon Mabley. And I'll find some Kaffe in a second. But you know by the SKU number. And how they put the bundles together is just an assortment of these. GP is Fassett. And then we're getting into some wild colors. Very big scale, very bold. And just huge mix of colors. And this is very hard for us to buy, I will tell you. It's just a lot to keep straight. And any of the items I'm showing you today, you can find on fatquartershop.com and click to be notified when they come in next year. And this is February delivery. So those are the 66 SKUs. And then these 3 are the 108 backings, and they do usually keep his 108s in reprint. So if you ever see a 108, it's usually going to be reprinted. The collection is not usually reprinted, but the 108s usually are. This time there are 3 SKUs. This is actual paper, so not actual fabric. So the color might not be 100% true. And this also ships in February. Also from FreeSpirit, Tim Holtz is a very big seller for us. This is called Eclectic Elements Cracked Shadow. Any collection with the name Eclectic Elements is by Tim Holtz. He's known in the scrapbook industry much more than the quilting industry. This collection, just so you can see, this is paper, not actual fabric, but it looks to have a crack design as well as some penmanship. And so with this, we will have yardage and we will cut fat quarter bundles. That ships February. And I would think that collection cracked shadow would stay a basic. And then he has a smaller collection that's just 6 prints called Eclectic Elements Substrates in Bark. Ships March. And I will say the Kaffe and the Tim Holtz, they're very much more expensive, and we do get complaints on the price. This fabric manufacturer has a MAP policy. That means minimum price, minimum advertised price. So there is a price set. We cannot go below it. So there's that. Now the next collection I want to show you is by Robert Kaufman, and some of this I'll show you is fabric and some is paper. Now this right here, Robert Kaufman, I haven't actually seen the sales rep yet. I get to see him tomorrow. So there may be more that I'm not showing you here today that we do buy. But what I'm showing you today, I know we're going to buy. This one right here is called Bouquet of Roses by Debbie Beavis. And you will see a lot of times on our website, it'll say a Flower House collection. So that's kind of her sub name. So anything that ever says Flower House collection is by Debbie Beavis. And this will have pre-cuts. It ships in March. And this one right here is the same print as this. So again, Bouquet of Roses, Debbie Beavis, ships in March 2023. So we are really way out there on dates. This next collection is called Daisy's Blue Work, also a Flower House collection by Debbie Beavis. Ships in April, and it is just really beautiful blues. And this is actual fabric, so these are true to color. So this is the yardage. And there is a panel. And I think she's calling it blue work since this is kind of like red work. So what you could do on this is you could make pillows, but you could embroider on top of them. That's what they're meant for. Now, somebody like me, I would just put them in a quilt and hope nobody noticed there's no stitches on them. And this panel, I believe, is 1 yard wide. It's a larger than normal panel. And then this next one is Daisy's Red Work, a Flower House collection by Debbie Beavis. And these are fabrics, and so just really pretty. This would make such a really pretty red and white quilt. Love it. And just remember, I'm not showing you everything Robert Kaufman just because I haven't seen the sales rep, but I'm showing you for sure what I know we're going to be able to buy. And then that same panel in red. So she's got a red work and a blue work. And this would be really pretty if you could like put that in the, like cut that up and put it somehow in sashing of a quilt. Now, one thing that Robert Kaufman does every year is they have a color of the year, and they introduce it in the summer, and literally in January, everyone finds out the color together. So stores, I have never been told the color. My sales rep doesn't know the color. Supposedly, 2 or 3 people in the company know the color. So I have no idea what color it's going to be. And what they do with that Kona is they make that color for that year, and when it sells out, it's done. It's a limited release. It does usually sell throughout the entire year, and then a little bit into 2024 you'll see it. So y'all can guess in the comments and let me know what color you think it's going to be. I have never guessed correctly, and I think Kevin has guessed correctly twice. So we do make a bet with our sales rep, and whoever wins has to buy dinner, except we don't ever buy dinner. So anyway, it never really works out, but super exciting, and it's always fun to order and try to guess what color it's going to be. Now, we always buy a lot of batiks from Robert Kaufman, so you can look forward to that also. This is a new pen and paper patterns palette, and this is, Robert Kaufman does a couple of bundles throughout the year where they take some basics and they have a pattern designer pick a palette and then design patterns around it. So this is a combination of Essex, Kona, Manchester, I believe, and there'll be a beautiful pattern with this, I'm sure. So that is Robert Kaufman, and the Kona of the year ships either late December, early January, and this bundle ships in December. Now to end, we're going to start with Henry Glass. This is Memories in Redwork by Stacy West, and this will ship in March of 2023. And this one, we're going to do a bundle without the panels. We are going to sell these panels separately, but our fat quarter bundle is only going to be the prints. And this is paper, so you're not seeing, sorry, you're not seeing actual color. I'm so sorry, but these are ginormous. And this next one is called Scraps of Kindness by Kim Deal. Kim Deal has sold well for us for years, and they have a Simple Whatnots club and a Scrap of Kindness sampler quilt. This year we're going to only do the Scraps of Kindness sampler quilt, and really cute, and we're pre-selling it. It's a 6-month stitch along, so each month from us you would get the fabrics to make a portion of the quilt. At the end you can put it together. That is all online. And this is existing 108s that we have in our shop. And this is the collection. It ships in December. And so this is Kim Deal. So thank you so much for joining me today. This is kind of a newer type video. We're kind of changing some formats, just trying out, seeing how it goes. So let me know what you think. You can let me know below what you think I could add, what you think was good, what you think was bad. I take all of it in stride and just strive to make the best videos I can for you. So I hope all of you have a positive and wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye.